And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Howdy folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a little card game called Mythologies of the World, or it has the foreign name on here, but that's translated, it's Mythologies of the World. In this game, there are 5 pantheons of gods, and you're trying to collect the most gods of one pantheon, because I guess if you do, they destroy the others. It's a very simple, very short card collection game. Here's how you play. In this game, we have a deck of cards that's made up of different gods of different suits. So you can see they're different colors. The Egyptian gods are yellow. We have the Greek gods, and so on and so forth. And you're going to be shuffling these. Each player is going to get one of these cards at the beginning of the game. This one's hidden. No one knows that you have this one. So here I have Apollon here from the Roman gods or the Greek gods. Anyway, everyone has these tiles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to be playing these tiles out over the course of the game. Each round, you're going to take cards, and you're going to put cards out here face up equal to the number of players plus 1. So let's say we are playing with 4 players, we would put out 5 cards. Everyone is going to pick one of their tribute tiles and put them face down. So after all the tiles are put face down, we'll reveal them. And we go on. Now, if 2 people play the same number, those are removed. Nothing happens to them. If the 1 and the 7 are both played, the 1 turns into a 7 and the 7 turns into a 1. After you've done all that, whoever has the highest number is going to pick one of the gods to keep in front of them. If they pick a god here of destruction, like this one here, then you will kill another one before someone can take it, which means if enough of those come out, it's possible that someone will have no choice when they take a card. The tiles that you use are discarded, and then you'll start another round. And you're just going to do this 7 times. Everyone will be out of tiles. At that point, you're going to see how many gods of the same color you have, including the one that you took at the beginning. And then whoever has the most gods of a color wins. If there's a tie, the tie is broken by who has a pair of gods. You'll notice that there's some markings on here to show the ruling god and the ruling goddess. If you have a pair, you win the tie. If you don't have a pair, and no one has a pair who's in the tie, but you have just the ruling god, then that breaks the tie. The ruling goddess is worth nothing unless she's with the ruling god, according to the rules. After that, if there's still a tie, then you go to the color you have of the second most in your hand, and so on and so forth. It's possible for there to be a tie all the way down. And that's how you play. There's not a lot of components in the game. I don't hate the artwork. The artwork's kind of, I don't know, it has its own style. The card quality is fine, and you can tell the difference between the colors, although, and they have a little symbol here in the top corner, but I don't know if I'd find it. It's okay, basically. These tiles are nice, but can you tell the difference between these 2 colors? I'm sure you can, because I'm asking you here next to each other, but I felt like they made these colors too close to each other. But other than that, that's the whole thing. It's just some cards and these tokens. The rules are very simple and clear, so they're okay components. As a heads up, if you want to see how this game plays, we did a playthrough here on the channel itself, so you can go and actually see the game in action. It's a really short game. And therein lies the biggest problem with the game. Now, before I jump into that, I do want to do a quick aside here. I found it somewhat problematic about the ruling god and the ruling goddess. Not only is it slightly misogynistic, but it also just isn't something that's interesting, right? Like a ruling goddess is only worthwhile if you also get the ruling god. That makes her almost worthless, which again, it's a thematic problem. I'm playing this with my kids, and I'm like, yeah, she's worth garbage compared to the king. That's problematic. But also from a gameplay perspective, that's just a weird rule that I really didn't like about the game. But other than that, you're putting down tiles, flipping them. If you do the same number, you cancel out the 1 and 7 switch. There's probably 20 games that do this already. So that's the thing. This one's so fast, you are at the mercy of the colors that show up. You might be collecting yellows. It's near the end of the game. Ooh, what's going to happen? We turn over more cards. No yellows come out. It doesn't matter what number you play. And because it's so random, like I'm never sure what any number anyone's going to play. Like, I hope no one plays a 3 this round, but the more players who play, you have no idea. In fact, the more players who play this, it goes up to 5, it's uber chaotic. You say, Tom, with it's only 15 minutes, so where's the big deal? You're right. And because it's only 15 minutes, I'm not hating on the game. It's okay. But it's just okay. Unfortunately, this is the kind of game that in a few years, when I do my look back in 5 years, I'm going to sit there and go, what was that game about again? And I played this one multiple times. It's just that it left no impression on me. The God theme is barely there, which again is fine. It's a quick card filler, but it just feels like almost the whole game's random. So if you're looking for a very silly game with just, hey, who knows who wins or who cares, this will be one for you. Other than that, I'm not going to really put a lot of effort into this one. So that's Mythologies of the World is the best I can say about it. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time. Dice Tower Judgment, there's just not enough game here.